Yeah, just you keep the mic near the speaker. Where is the speaker? No, it is your camera. Yeah. No, another question. 1 minute. No. Volume full? 1 minute. Yeah. Just introduce it. Jai Shankara, Shankara. Namaste to one and all. And I thank everyone who has organized this meeting for my interacting with all of you. There has been a full teamwork behind the scene. To name a few, my cousin Lakshminarayana, then it's been Santanamji, Hariji, Rajesh Mulalaji, then Ramya. Name it, everyone has some part of the other to be done. So I thank each one of you for having me here today in a very short notice. And I thank everyone who have come here to listen to me. I'm here today to introduce you to the activities of the Kanchika Makoti Peter, especially the education system which we are running over there. And I'm blessed to say that I have been there in this project right from day one under the guidance of our Acharya, Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamiji. The education projects have started mainly with the focus of imparting the culture and tradition along with the regular education to the generations coming by. So the thought process came in because as you look at the lineage of our acharyas, the Paramacharya time, the Veda Rakshana was important. So our Acharya started the Veda Rakshana Nidhi Trust and he started protecting the Vedas by requesting everyone to at least send one child to the Vedic education system. That was how he tried to protect our Vedas and bring it to our times. In the time of Jayendra Saraswati Swamiji time, it was a need of the hour to stop the conversions and social needs. So we went deep down into the downtrodden areas, even the fishermen areas and other areas to do the pracharam of the Sanatana Dharma. And he has met many people and brought about changes in the community. Today with our Acharya Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamiji, he is with the focus of both his gurus, Guru and Parama Guru, protecting the Vedas and protecting the education, along with having a focus on the health care also. So before we start the program or before I start giving you the presentation on the activities of the month, I would like to give a presentation or I would like to start the program with the message from our Acharya. He has sent it and even I have not seen it, I just received it. So let's all listen to our Acharya, his view and what he has a message for all of us.
Shruti Smrti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shanta Rupinam Sri Chadrum Pranamami Mudan Raham. Parithyajya Maunam Vata Jantasya Pradesham Madhusindhi Vacha Janan Dharma Marge Nayan Sri Jayendro Gururbha. కొన్ని వస్తువులతో మనకి ఆ ఈవెంట్ సమయంలో ఈ సమయానికి అవసరమని కొన్ని విషయాలు ఉంటాయి. బయటకు వెళ్తున్నామంటే ఇలాంటి రూపం అనేది అవసరం ఉంటుంది. సంచారం చేస్తున్నప్పుడు వాహనం అనేది అవసరం ఉంటుంది. అలా ఆ సందర్భాన్ని బట్టి కొంతకాలానికి ఇది అవసరమని ఉంటుంది. ధర్మం అనేది ఎల్లప్పుడూ మనతో ఉండవలసిన విషయం. వాల్యూస్ అని దేని చెప్తున్నామో, నిజాయితీ, భక్తి, సేవాభావం, ఇవన్నీ మనకి ఎప్పుడు ఉండాల్సిన విషయాలు. నిత్య సంబంధం మనకు ఉండాలి దాంట్లో. ఇంతవరకు ధర్మము, అంతవరకు తర్వాత అది అనేది కాదు. ఎలా ఊపిరి మనకి నిత్య సంబంధంగా ఉండాలో, ప్రాణ సంబంధం, అలా అన్నము ధర్మము. ఇదన్నీ ఈ ధర్మం అనేది మనసులో సరైన దారి చూపిస్తుంది. ఎప్పుడు మనం ఏకాంతంగా ఉండాలి, మన లోకయాత్ర ఎలా ఉండాలి, ఈ జీవుడి యొక్క పరిశుద్ధత, జీవ పరమాత్మ ఐక్యం ఎలా ఉండాలి, దానికి చిత్తశుద్ధి ఎలా కలుగుతుంది, మన మనస్సు ఇంకా విపులమై విస్తారమై అందరి మంచి కోసము ఈ జీవిత లక్ష్యాన్ని ఎందుకోసరం పుట్టాము, మళ్ళా ఇంకొకసారి పుట్టకుండా ఉండటానికి, పునరపి జననం పునరపి మరణం పునరపి జనని జఠరే శయనం ఇహ సంసారే బహుదుస్తారే కృపయా పారే పాహి మురారే అని చెప్పి ఈ అద్వైత తత్వం, ఆత్మతత్వం, మనలో ఉండే భగవంతుణ్ణి మనం తెలుసుకోవటం ఎలా. త్వయి మయి చ అన్యత్ర ఏకో విష్ణు వ్యర్థం కుప్యసి మయి అసహిష్ణు సర్వస్మిన్నపి పశ్య ఆత్మానం సర్వత్ర ఉత్సృజ భేద అజ్ఞానమని ఈ మాటని మన జయేంద్ర సరస్వతి స్వామి వారు చాలా ప్రసంగంలో చెప్పారు. అలా ఆత్మదర్శనం, అందరిలో ఉండే పరమాత్మని మనం గుర్తించటం, అలాంటి జ్ఞానం అనేది అది ఏదో లెక్చర్ వల్ల మనకి అర్థమవుతుందనేదో, లేదు ల్యాబ్లో తెలుస్తుందనేదో, ఏదో ఒక లెసన్స్ ఇస్తారని దానివల్ల అర్థమయ్యేదో కాదు. అంటే అర్థమవుతుంది, కానీ అనుభవ వైద్యం కావాలంటే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్లో మనకు అలాంటి సాత్వికత, సౌమ్యమైన అభిప్రాయాలు రావాలంటే దానికి సత్సంగం అనేది కావాలి. జపం చేయాలి, క్షేత్ర సందర్శనం చేయాలి, కాశీ, కంచి, తిరుపతి దివ్యక్షేత్రాలు సందర్శించాలి, మంచి అలవాట్లు. పాఠశాలలో మౌనం పాటిస్తారు, మూల నక్షత్రం రోజు మౌనం పాటిస్తారు కాసేపు. అది ఒక ప్రక్రియ, అది ఒక అనుభవం, అది ఒక తపస్సు. అలా జీవితంలో తపస్సుతో, భక్తితో, సేవతో మనకి సంబంధం ఉండాలి. ఆ సంబంధం అనేది ఆ సత్సంగం ద్వారా కలుగుతుంది, సద్విద్య వల్ల కలుగుతుంది. అందుకని అధ్యాత్మ విద్యా విద్యానాం అని భగవద్గీతలో చెప్పారు. ఈ స్పిరిచువల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్, కల్చరల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అనేది మన పిల్లలకి, వాళ్ళు భారతదేశంలో ఉన్నా విదేశంలో ఉన్నా అది అత్యవసరము. అప్పుడే ఆ జీవితం అనేది చరితార్థమవుతుంది, ధన్యమవుతుంది. దానికోసం ఒక ప్రణాళిక కంచి కామకోటి పీఠం తయారు చేసి మగవాళ్ళకు కానీ ఆడవాళ్ళకు కానీ వారి మాతృభాషతో సంబంధం ఉండాలి, మాతృభూమితో సంబంధం ఉండాలి, భక్తి సదాచారంతో కూడిన జీవితం మనకి ముఖ్యము. చదవటం, డబ్బు సంపాదించటం అదన్నీ లౌకికంగా మనకు అవసరమైన, దాంతోపాటు మంచి మనిషిగా ఉండటానికి, మానవతా విలువలతో మనం ఈ దేశం కోసరం, భారతదేశం కోసరం, మన సనాతన ధర్మం కోసరం, లోకానికి మంచిది చేయటం కోసరం మనం ఈ ధర్మ విద్యని నేర్చుకోవాలి, దాన ధర్మాలు చేయాలి. ఈ భారతదేశం ఇప్పుడు లౌకికంగా ఎన్నో సౌకర్యాలు, ఎన్నో చదువు, సైన్సు, ఎకనామిక్సు అలా డెవలప్ అవుతున్నది, ఇంకా అవ్వాలి, అవుతుంది. దానికి మంచి ప్రభుత్వము, మంచి ప్రజలు, మంచి అధికారులు మన దగ్గర చెప్పారు. ఈయన ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు రాష్ట్రపతిగా ఉన్న ఆయన దానికి ముందు కంచి మఠంలో సేవా కార్యక్రమాలంతా చేసేవారు. కంచిలో రైతులకి మంచి మంచి విత్తనాలు ఇవ్వటం, పురా అని ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేశారు, ప్రొవైడింగ్ అర్బన్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ రూరల్ ఏరియా అని పేరు, PURA అని. ఆ కంచి చుట్టూ ఉండే గ్రామాలని అభివృద్ధి చేయాలని, డెవలప్ చేయాలని సేవంతా చేశారు. ఒకసారి ఆయన బాంబేలో మనతో మాట్లాడుతూ పుణ్యాత్మ, పుణ్య అధికారి, పుణ్య నేత అని 3 విధంగా మనుషుల్ని తయారు చేయాలి అని మాట్లాడారు, మనతో మాట్లాడారు. ఇప్పుడు ఆ స్కీమ్ని మేము చెన్నైలో మొదలుపెట్టాం. కంచి మహాస్వామి సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ సెంటర్ పెట్టాం, సివిల్ అకాడమీ, సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ అకాడమీ. IAS, IPS అంతా తయారు చేస్తాం దేశ సేవ కోసం. పుణ్యాత్మ, పుణ్య నేత, పుణ్య అధికారి అంటే ఒక్కొక్క వ్యక్తి కూడా, ఇండివిజువల్ కూడా మంచివాడుగా ఉండాలి, అది పుణ్యాత్మ. పుణ్య అధికారి ప్రభుత్వంలో, ఇంకా పబ్లిక్ లైఫ్లో మంచి అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్స్ రెడీ చేయాలి. పుణ్య నేత, నేత అనేది మీరు ఆంధ్రదేశం వాళ్ళకి తెలుసు, ఒక బట్టని మనం కట్టుకున్నామంటే మంచి నేత ఉంటేనే, అది కలుపుకొని మనకేనే ఈ అందమైన బట్టలు మనం తయారు చేయగలుగుతాం. అలా పుణ్య నేత, నేతృత్వం, లీడర్షిప్లో మంచి మనిషి, మంచి హెడ్ మాస్టరు, మంచి వార్డను, మంచి ప్రిన్సిపాలు, మంచి ప్రజానాయకుడు, మనకు మంచి గురువులు అంతా దొరకాలి, నేతృత్వం ఉండాలి. అలాంటి మంచి సమాజాన్ని తయారు చేయటానికి ఇక్కడ భారతదేశంలో వేద పాఠశాలలు, శాస్త్ర పాఠశాల, శైవాగమం, వైష్ణవాగమ పాఠశాలలు, సంగీత పాఠశాల, రామాయణ పాఠశాల, వ్యాసభారత కార్యక్రమం, పద్ధతి ప్రోగ్రాము, సంప్రదాయ పాఠశాల, అలా శాస్త్ర సరణి, ఇలా రకరకంగా కుంభకార పాఠశాల, భారతీయ గోవిజ్ఞాన పాఠశాల, నాదస్వరం పాఠశాల, ఇట్లా కల్చర్కి ఏమేమి అవసరమో, మహాప్రసాద పాఠశాల, ఇలా రకరకంగా సాంగోపాంగం అంటారు. మెయిన్ ఇంజిను కావాలి, స్పేర్ పార్ట్స్ కావాలి. స్పేర్ పార్ట్స్ ఇంకా వేరెవరినో మనం అడిగి తీసుకోవాలంటే దాంట్లో ఉండే ప్రమాదము, దాంట్లో ఉండే కష్టాలన్నీ విదేశంలో ఉండే వాళ్ళందరికీ బాగానే తెలుసు. అందుకని సమగ్ర వికాసం, సక్రమమైన పద్ధతిలో వికాసం, దానికోసము కొంచెం సమయమైనా మనం ఆత్మనిర్భరగా ఉండాలి. మనకు అవసరమైన ధార్మిక పద్ధతుల్ని మనం నేర్పించి, భగవద్గీత ప్రచారం చేసి, యోగా ప్రచారం చేసి, మన ముఖ్యంగా భారతదేశంలో, ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఈ సౌత్ ఇండియాలో 40,000-50,000 1,00,000 దేవస్థానాలు ఉంటాయి, చిన్నది పెద్దదిగా. ఆ గుడితో సంబంధించిన ఒక రిలీజియస్ పర్సన్స్ని మనం తయారు చేయాలి. కామన్ పీపుల్ అందరికీ కూడా ఒక భారతీయ ప్రజగా, ఒక హిందువుగా, ఒక భక్తుడుగా వారి యొక్క ఆచరణ ఎలా ఉండాలని ఇది నేర్పించాలి, ప్రోత్సహించాలి, వారందరినీ కూడా కలపాలి, ఒక సమాజం సంఘం కింద తయారు చేయాలి అనే ఒక ఉద్దేశంతో కొన్ని విద్యా సంబంధించిన కార్యక్రమాలు, సేవా సంబంధించిన కార్యక్రమాలు ఆంధ్రదేశంలో, ఇంకా మన తమిళనాడు, కర్ణాటక, కేరళలో అక్కడ ఉండే ధర్మానికి ఉండే ఆపదలు, ధర్మ ప్రచారంలో ఉండే కష్టాలన్నీ కూడా మీరు తెలుసుకునే ఉంటారు. ఏ శంకరాచార్యుల ద్వారా మనం ఒక పుణ్యాన్ని పొందాము, ఒక మంచి భక్తి మార్గంలో నడవటానికి ఒక అవకాశం వచ్చిందో, ఆ శంకరాచార్యులు పుట్టి పెరిగిన ఆ కేరళ దేశం పరశురామ క్షేత్రంలో అందరూ కూడా కలిసి పనిచేయాలి. ఆంధ్రదేశం వాళ్ళు, కర్ణాటక వాళ్ళు, తమిళనాడు వాళ్ళు అందరూ కూడా కలిసి అక్కడ పనిచేయవలసిన అవసరం ఉన్నది. అందుకని అక్కడ కొన్ని కార్యక్రమాలు, దేవ పూజ అని, పెద్ద దేవస్థానానికి జనం ఎక్కువ వస్తారు. గురువాయూరు, చోటానిక్కరై, శబరిమలై, అలా పెద్ద దేవస్థానం వస్తారు. చిన్న పల్లెటూరులో ఉండే దేవస్థానంలో ఎవరైతే పూజ చేస్తున్నారో నంబూదిరి అంటారు అక్కడ, ఆ శంకరాచార్య పరంపరకు చెందినవారు, అంటే వంశ పరంపర, దీనికి తిరుమేని అంటారు. వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా గ్రామంలో అర్చకత్వం, వేద ప్రచారం, శాస్త్ర ప్రచారం చేస్తున్న వారికి సహకరించాలి, తోడుగా ఉండాలని, అప్పుడే ఆ ప్రదేశం అనేది మెయిన్ స్ట్రీమ్లో ఇంకా స్ట్రాంగ్గా ఉంటుందని, దృఢంగా ఉంటుందని, దానికోసం కొన్ని సేవా పథకాలన్నీ ప్రారంభించడమైంది. ఏ నేషనల్ ఇంటగ్రేషన్, అద్వైతం అని శంకరాచార్యులు ప్రచారం చేశారో దానికి అనుకూలంగా కన్యాకుమారి నుంచి కాశ్మీర్ వరకు ఈ ధర్మ ప్రచారాన్ని మంచిగా చేయటానికి ఒక ప్రయత్నం అందరూ కలిసి చేయాలి. అప్పుడే భారతదేశం అనేది మంచి యూనిటీతో, మారల్ వాల్యూస్ అండ్ మంత్రశక్తి, మానవతా విలువలు, దీంతో మంచిగా లోకానికి మంచిది చేసే సశక్తమైన దేశంగా ఉంటుంది. దానికోసం మీరందరూ కూడా, ఎన్ఆర్ఐస్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో, ఏ దేశంలో ఉన్నా అందరూ కూడా ఈ దేశం పట్ల, ఈ సంస్కృతి పట్ల మీ యొక్క ఆసక్తి, మీ శక్తిని ఇక్కడ వినియోగిస్తూ మంచి భారతం, మంచి మన భారతీయ పరంపర, ఋషి పరంపర, దీన్ని అందరూ కూడా గౌరవిస్తూ సేవా మార్గం ద్వారా మీరు ఆర్థికంగా కానీ, మీరు ఇక్కడ వచ్చినప్పుడు, భారతానికి వచ్చినప్పుడు మన స్కూల్స్, యూనివర్సిటీ ఉన్నాయి, మన హాస్పిటల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వీటిలో మీరు ప్రత్యక్షంగా ఏదైనా సేవ చేయగలిగే అనుమతి కానీ, అభిప్రాయం కానీ అలా ఉంటే, అంటే గవర్నమెంట్ పర్మిషన్స్ ఇవన్నీ తీసుకోవాలంటే తీసుకుని మీరు సేవా మార్గంలో డైరెక్ట్గా కూడా చేయవచ్చు. ఆన్లైన్ ద్వారా టీచింగ్లో ఎవరైనా సేవ చేయాలంటే చేయవచ్చు. మొత్తానికి మనసా వాచా కర్మణ, మన ధర్మంతో, ఈ భారతదేశంతో మీ యొక్క సంబంధం ఇంకా అధికమై, తద్వారా మీకు మనసులో సంతోషం, ఆనందం కలిగి, మీ కుటుంబ సభ్యులు కూడా ఈ మన ప్రాచీన ధర్మంతో సంబంధం మంచిగా ఉండాలని భగవంతుణ్ణి, కంచి కామాక్షి అమ్మవారిని ప్రార్థిస్తున్నాము. హరహర శంకర, జయ జయ శంకర. ఈ కంచి కామగోటి పీఠం సంబంధించిన సేవా కార్యక్రమ వివరాలన్నీ కూడా మీతో నేరుగా పంచుకోవటానికి ఇక్కడ తిరుపతి నుంచి సంప్రదాయ పాఠశాల లక్ష్మీ మాంధాత గారు వారి స్నేహితులు వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా అక్కడ వస్తున్నారు. మీరందరూ కూడా వాళ్ళతో అంతా మాట్లాడుకుని ఇక్కడికి నేరుగా మీరు వచ్చినప్పుడు కంచి తిరుపతి అంతా వచ్చి ఆ సేవా కార్యక్రమాలన్నింటినీ కూడా నేరుగా సందర్శించి ధర్మం రక్షతి రక్షిత అని ఈ ధర్మం యొక్క సేవ ద్వారా మీ అందరికీ కూడా మంచిది రావటానికి ఈ అవకాశాన్ని సదుపయోగం చేసుకోవాలి. హర హర శంకర, జయ జయ శంకర.
After Swamiji's speech, I have become speechless because I think he has covered most of the topics, what he wanted to give the message to the Narayans. One is dharma, how we should do and why we should do. And in fact, he's even named me as an ambassador, which I didn't expect him to do. So I suddenly become speechless. So my namaskaras to the Guru. And going forward again, I would like to give you a little statistical presentation of what is happening in the education system of Virmat, because something classy that you have to do dharma and all that is on one side, but what actual facts is happening. So he rightly put it, he has taken the model of a village. What does a village need to people attached to one another? A community. The community needs the temple. The temple needs a priest. The priest needs a wife, the Gruhni. They need a paricharika, the Nadaswaram. They need the other paricharika for Naivedya making the pottery community. They need a Goshala for the temple, Abhishekam and all that. That's the Govijnana Pathshala. So that is how he is developing the Shilpa Shastra Pathshala. So all this is based on a village. So his focus is now mainly from, okay, you're going abroad. And how do you, first they're moving from village to this town, cities, from cities to abroad. So like Ghar Wapasi wants people to go back to the villages, not building new temples, but protecting the old temples. So to protect the old temples is where he started all the integrated pathshalas, where with the regular modern education, because you need to explain to the youngsters why, how, when. These questions can be answered only if you can communicate with the others. So to bring in the modern communication, we have set up this integrated pathshalas. So the knowledge base and the languages are taught to the Purohits or the Archakas or the Vedic scholars or the Ramayana people, and the Sangeetam, like he rightly put it, is a Shastriya Sangeetam which is attached to the Oxford School in Madras. So there are 3 types of schools now. One is the integrated school, which is they go to the school and study and stay in the hostel. With the basic education from a culture, like the Agamam, which is the portion is less, or the Sangeeta, which is the portion is less, or the Ramayana, which the portion is less, are being taught along with the CBSE schools, or the whichever the school, the matriculation school. The second type of school is we appoint teachers, they come to the campus, it's a total Gurukulam style. They come to the campus, half a day they're taught the regular education. The remaining half of the day, they're taught the Vedic teachings or the cultural teachings or the traditional knowledge, like the Sampradaya or the full-time Veda Pathshala schools, integrated Veda Pathshala schools, or the Smarta Pathshalas or the Panchratram or the Vaikarasam, the other similar courses. The third method is full-time Vedic learning. So here, full-time Vedic learning, unlike the old school, we had started giving them the basic education in computers, English knowledge, Sanskritam, and make them write the 10th board exams directly in the AP open system of education. So they are being educated, whichever course they're taking it, but they elect the course that they want to take it, depending on the career they want to go in for. Suppose you want to become a Vedic scholar, then we suggest they go for this integrated system of education. Suppose they want to become a Smarta Pandit, we again advise them to go for the integrated system of education. But if they want to become engineers or doctors or something, then we propagate them to take the CBSE school with the minimal of our traditional and cultural learnings. Keeping this all in mind, slowly we have gone forward to the Padali, which is the Sanatana Deva Grammar, which Terry was mentioned. Here, a donor has donated us about 31 acres of land about 4-5 years back. So when the land was donated, people were confused what we were going to do there because it was in the interior. There was no approach road. How to approach? Where to go? We didn't have any approach road. There's no public transport. So how will people go there and what are we going to do with the land was a question mark. So people thought we were going to do agriculture or we were going to do dairy farming or a goshala. But then he came up with the bright idea of saying it's going to be a Sanatan Dharma Seva Gramam, wherein a public health center, a goshala, with a CBSE school, a hostel for the Brahmin boys, a hostel for the general public will all come in the same campus. So this is going to be a model township or a model village where it will be replicated in other places. And when we started this project, we hardly had anything in hand. So we were confused how we were going to raise. The project cost was going to be minimum of 35 crores to 40 crores, but apart from the land value. And all that we had in land was a 4 crore, which was given by the Vijaya Bank of India. I mean, so that, how are we going to go forward? But the Sankalpa was Acharya, the determination was this. So when we got down, we had completed the first phase of building the CBSE school, building the hostel, and building the Goshala has been completed. And the school is coming to running from last academic year. The last academic year, we were able to start only 2 classes for the class to start with. This year, it has gone from 4th to 9th standard, and people they have to pay the fees. And there's the hostel facility where the Brahmin boys are made to learn the Sandhya Vandanam, the Bhagavad Gita, the Sanskrit slokas, and the Maria Acharams, like any other. I mean, at least for their own personal usages. And in the general hostel, we are focusing on the sports, the Bhagavad Gita, the yoga, and making them value-based education is being imparted. And thanks to the new education policy which Mr. Modi ji has brought in, we are able to give in our value education programs through the subjects and we can include in the CBSE course itself. So this project is being replicated between Kashi and Prayag, thanks to the Chatmasam has done in Kashi. So the project is taking off between Kashi and Prayag. It is another similar village is coming up over there. It is in the pipeline and the groundwork is being done. So wherever we go and he talks about this project that coming up in every state, at least one school in every state. That's when our Dharma will be protected. So before that, I would like to share a presentation on the integrated system, like I said, on the general all schools. What will be the general type of activities? In all the boys' pathshalas, it will be education on one side, on the second side, relevant to their own system, I mean their own subset. They are taught the Sandhya Vandanam, which I was an NRI kid, so I didn't know the difference between a Sandhya Vandanam of a Vaishnavite or a Smarta. I never knew it. For me, as far as I was concerned, as a child, Brahmin means a single community, a single practice. But then when I got down to administer the schools, I had to learn that each community had a different method and different practices. They had their own. The Sandhya Vandanam for a Vaishnavite, especially the Vaikanas, are so different that they don't have the Acharyam like Narayana and all that. So it was really, I was wondering, and I was learning every day was a learning lesson for me too. So this, coming back to it, sorry. No, the integrated system. So there's the schools, they go and they learn. So why we have created the subsets? So he was like, everyone has a speciality in them. When you learn your own traditions, when you learn your own basic, what you are born into, the family you're born into, you pick up much faster. So this is what I have been studying under his guidance. And my Vaikanas student, when we were reading the sloka, he's able to draw the Perumal just with the explanation of the sloka. which I have seen him doing it personally. Similarly, in Ayurvedic, the Nadasram community, the Naya Brahmana community, the Baba community, they are able to identify the Muhikas and do the Nashupati and the pressure points. They are able to identify much faster than any other community person. Similarly, a Brahmin girl or a Brahmin boy are able to do the pronunciation and learn of the festival celebrations or the mantras with the Spashata or the Sanskritam, which the Nadasram children are not able to do. The pottery children from the Kumbhakara community, they're able to play with the mud and come out with all different articles, and they learn it very fast. The first 1 month they started producing all the diyas and the pots, which I think if we go, we'll start crumbling and jumbling with our fingers, will not do it that fast and that easy. Now we are starting with Govijnana Pathshala, like you mentioned, in Attavapalli near Chittoor, wherein we have made a syllabus. Like every project he starts up, he tells us, we do the research work and then take it back to him. The syllabus is created before we start the Pathshala. So for the Govijnana Pathshala, we have made a syllabus of what are the different types of cows, how to handle them, what are the feed that they need to take, and how to take care of them when they're sick, what is the correct area of to do, because not everyone is to be handled in the same manner. Like human beings, even animals have their own criteria, their own DNA, and their own characteristics. So these are all what we study and we are trying to teach to the students. Today I'm here mainly to focus on the women education system, the women empowerment of Sampradaya Pathshala, which is the brainchild of our Acharya. So I'll just take your time and show you the presentation. So, like I was talking about integrated systems, the different activities of the month, the main focus on the integrated Pathshalas, there's a Vidya, Veda, and Vaidya. The three V's: Vidya, the knowledge; Veda, our ancestral education; and Vaidya, the health. Because only if you're healthy, you can go on or pass on the good health to the next generation and have a good, healthy society for the next generation. The focus of the different schools that we've already mentioned, the integrated Pathshala is almost about 20 boys schools and about 8 girls schools. And the Sampradaya being the focus today. What is Sampradaya meant for? Sampradaya Pathshala, we are looking at preserving, protecting and propagating our culture and traditions to the next generation. So unless we carry forward, we've already missed out in the last 2 generations, carrying forward to our what our grandmothers did, we do not know. Because there was a gap that it has not passed down. So now we are searching for what is right and what is wrong. At least at this time we have our Guru to guide us and to show us what is right and what is wrong. So the Guru Sampradaya, it started in the year 2015 with almost about 13 to 15 students. And today, in 2024 rather last year, we had 913 students across 8 branches. So this is they're thinking we'll be crossing the 1,000 mark. So let's hope for the best. And the career path, thinking that Sampradaya Pathshala, they're just teaching on the culture and traditions and education then. But what is their future? How do they stand out when they come out from there? They're in no way below any person getting educated in any schools. In fact, they have double educations. They can see here there are 2 sections. One is for the schooling from 6th to 10th, and below is the Sanskritam, yoga, and the music and tradition. which is the cultural education. So our day is split into two sections, like I said. So when the career path is split into two, like any other person, you can choose your groups, what subjects you want to do, whether it's the arts or science, and you can go forward to your graduation and PG level and then placements. Simultaneously, you'll be having your cultural education along with having your certificate courses, along with going and doing your diplomas and degrees, and coming out as music teachers or propagators of Sanatana Dharma. So you'll be doing parallel courses. So what is the cultural growth? What do you do? From 6th standard to 10th standard, that is from 6th grade to 10th grade, the children see the adults, the 11th grade students and the undergraduate students performing or learning, and they see and they learn. When they come to the 11th grade and the 12th grade, they start helping the students in the undergrade. And the students in the undergraduation, they have come to reach a level where they can perform on their own. They can celebrate festivals on their own. They can cook on their own. They start cooking for so they manage. So they're taught all the techniques of procuring, managing, accounting, and without wastage, doing the cooking and serving everyone. So the whole thing, you get a whole holistic education by the time you finish your graduation. And once you're there, still continuing for your PG, you become teachers and you teach the younger ones and you start taking care of them. So this is what I said, the first 2 years, they learn the basics, then they go into further learning deeper into the subject. And by the time they finish 7+ years, they become masters in the culture and traditions. And some of our students have been teaching across the globe, and I'm sure, I don't know whether one of you are here, but people from DC and other areas had been our students some time back. So during the COVID period, we have been teaching across the globe, and even today we are teaching to people in Australia and other places. And if any one of you would like, they would offer to teach you people online classes. And this is the list of certificates that you can see on the screen that the students get apart from the regular graduation certificates. There are children who are able to do double degree music and tailoring along with the regular graduation courses. So these are the different certificate courses, multiple certificate courses that they're able to achieve along with the regular educations. And this Varam scheme, this is a very interesting scheme and close to the heart of our Acharya. This was what in previous days, previous years or generations back, when Vedic learning was done in a Gurukulam style in a Vedic palace, Guru's house. He used to have meals in the neighboring places. Like each house, he used to go on a Monday to one particular house for meals, a Tuesday to another place. In Telugu, it is known as Varala Brahmalo. They used to come home and have food. So the lady of the house is sure that the boy is going to come that day. So they plan a meal and they serve them. So this practice is being taught to our students from the undergraduates who are doing the BCom or the graduation courses. These children, you do the planning of the menu. They cook on the charcoal fire. They use the grindstones. They don't use the electrical gadgets. They cook in the traditional methods, plan the menu, cook it, and when the boy comes, they use the method of serving him. They follow the method of serving him, doing the kolam and everything. And even serving has a particular style of serving. You cannot serve anything and everything everywhere. So where you have to serve what is being taught to them, they have theoretical and practical courses also in all the subjects of the culture and traditions, where even they give the examinations also for them. So they're evaluated to what extent they learn, so that only then they can become perfect to go out and teach. So this is the student-staff ratio. For every 4 students, we have 1 staff, be it a teacher, be it a maid, be it an in-house staff, or be it a security, or be it a cook, or whoever it may be. The ratio is about 4:1 is the staff ratio. And what is the type of food that we provide the students? what type of a meal is it, what is the menu that we follow. So this is also very transparent, and across all schools we follow the same menu. So it is mostly a sattvic, a simple meal, all the 3 meals a day, or rather 4 meals a day. Morning breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and seasonally we change it. When summer is setting in, we make the rice in the night itself and soak it with milk and make it into curd rice. Like I don't know, the pirates like so we make that so that it cools the body down, and for them it is effective in the heat time. When it comes to winter season, we avoid that and we come back to the normal breakfast system of breakfast. Then the lunches are actually with a type of dal and a vegetable and rasam or something. And in the night, again, it's a vegetable and a one liquid and a chutney. And in the evening snacks times, weekly twice is fruits, weekly once is biscuits, weekly once is sundal, and they have different varieties. These children are being taught not only the traditional method of cooking the naivedyams and the food and everything, we teach them even the modern bakery. We teach them the making of pizza, teach them the making of pasta, because they should not feel deprived that they're not being taught of all these things. So we teach them and they choose what they want to eat. Healthcare. Healthcare is given very prominent care and position in the Pathshalas, especially because I have a passion towards it. I believe the health is very, very important. So we maintain records of all the students. Every year we get the annual medical checkups done of the blood test, the urine test, the ENT test, eye test, whether they have an illness or not. And we maintain the records of all the students from the time they join us till they leave us. And at the time of interview, we take down the notes from the parents, the tendency of the child, what are the tendencies, what medicines they use if they get illness, whether it is homeopathy, allopathy, Ayurvedic or home remedies, so that we try to maintain the same type of treatment for them when they are with us. There have been cases who have been diagnosed of cancer after they joined us. A child in the 9th class and a child whose parent was working with me, and she was hardly 7 years. Both of them were diagnosed of ovarian cancer. But we didn't send them home. We got them treated in Chennai Cancer Hospital, and they're completely out of it. And the elder one is doing her engineering in our Kanchi University. The younger one is still doing her schooling. We have not left them. So whatever case may be, we try to take care of their health also. Because the main thing is, as I go forward, most of the parents are not educated on the medical grounds. Most of the parents are from the Vaidika families and from the villages and smaller townships. So they do not have an idea. They do not have the finances. So if anything comes, they generally have a medicine across the counter and they give it off. Too much of painkiller usage has been there and is still there. Anything and everything, a Dolo or Brufen, these are the things that they use or they know rather. Or an RB doctor, he gives an injection of antibiotic or a painkiller. So we are trying to educate the children of coming out, weaning them out of all these types of medications and getting them healthier. And because of the malnutrition or the areas of knowledge, what we found is most of them live on more of rice. They buy about 40 kilo of vegetable, they make a chutney. It fills the stomach, but it's not nutritious. So people do not have the habit of taking vegetables. We introduce the vegetables here and try to educate them to eat the vegetables and why they should eat the vegetables. So in such cases, we have donors from Dubai who send dates to us. So children with hemoglobin, low hemoglobin, as low as 5 and 6, we give them the dry fruits and the dates and try to build up their hemoglobin. We took a case of about 45 students having thyroid problem and PCOD problem. And luckily, we developed a Goshala within the campus in Tirupati. So from the Tirupati Goshala campus, when we were giving them the direct milk, the cow's milk to these children, monitoring them with the nutritious food of dry fruits and giving them all green vegetables and nutritious food, we realized about 37 of them have got off the problem of thyroid and reduced the thyroid problem, and the medication has been stopped. It has been reduced completely. And they are able to, the PCOD problem, which was very irregular of 2 to 3 months or very heavy, and it has now settled down to about 28 days to 30 days to 32 days. So it's slowly settling down. So what we found is the main concept why Acharya started to give a stress-free environment to the students, not carrying heavy loads of bags to the school every day, up and down. This has really helped, and it is working very well. So the project is taking off well, and we have advisors in medical line from Dr. Jason Murthy, who is a specialist and cardio specialist from Ramchandra Medical College, Chennai. And we have Dr. Anuradha, a neurologist. And we have Vamsi Krishna, a dentist from Tirupati. So we have like this across panel. We have Dr. Kanakadurga from our own Mat. She is an Ayurvedic doctor. And we have Dr. Guruvaya for homeopathy. We take the advice of all these doctors. So when we take the medical reports, we pass it on to these doctors to let us know whether we can, what type of a treatment we need to do or how we have to handle. There have been times when we have not given admission to children with neuro problems, because if the depression psychology is there, the wardens will not be qualified enough to take care of them in the night time. And I will not be there continuously to take care of it. So that is the only place where we do not take the student. So if the doctor advises it is risky, we avoid taking them back. So this, as I've explained, these are all photographic pictures for your presentation of the culture and the academics. Like I said, academic exams take place. Even cultures, the cooking or whatever it is, the tailoring or slokas or whichever cultural course that they have the written exams and the oral exams where the vivas are taken. And when they complete their course of graduation, whether it be a 3-year program or a 5-year program that they've been with us, end of the year, end of the graduation, they have to write down the Bhagavad Gita, the Moka Panchashati, Soundarlahari, the Adishankar slokas, the classical music, the Annamay Kirtans, then the cookery books, the tailoring, the yoga, and submit all the records to the Acharya wherever he is before they leave the campus. So that is the Vaibhav. When they go there, he has the right or he has the pleasure of asking them to do whatever he wants, and they have to recite and do it over there. And these are the different activities of the children, of cooking, the Go Samrakshanam, and the independence celebrations, how they celebrate with all pomp, and everyone feels happy doing the work. It's not that they are forced to do something. It is what they enjoy doing it. And these you can see for the Sri Ram Navami, the Ayodhya Pratishtha, the children made their own kutiram over there. They made their own place and they put the Rama there and they started playing with it. So these are the different workshops that they go through. You know, how they start arranging for the festivals, for the pickles, the games, and the mala making. And this is a shot you can see of our library. Then the games, the medical stuff. This is a program for the SVBC. We have tied up with the PTD, and initially it was tough time getting through and breaking through to them because people didn't trust us that we could do something. But when they called us first time and they saw our children reciting the Vishnu Sahasranamam, now we have become a regular for any Ekadasi, Vaikuntha Ekadasi or Bhishma Ekadasi. For the Northern Ashram, they depend on the Sampradaya students to come up and recite the Vishnu Sahasranamam. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita. So now this girl is hardly in the 7th standard and she's been doing a fancy test or a program for the SVBC Bala Vihar program, wherein they replicate students to teach them to be entrepreneurs. We have started teaching them powders and pickles, how to make it and sell it. So we have put up stalls also in the camps wherever the Acharya was there. So the pickles, the different type of pickles, how much to buy, how much to make, how to pack, how to sell, everything. Not only the pickles, the powders, they are taught in the kunguma making, how to make the kungumam with fresh turmeric without any chemicals, how to make the shika powder, how to make the bath powder, how to make a good oil for your hair. So the beauty products are also taught to them. So these things will help them tomorrow when they come out into the world to make their own shops or businesses. This is how they are taught the traditional methods of making the powders, the pickle making, and that's a stall that we have had in the camp. Then this is the flower garland making. Then the cooking, the different methods, the cake baking. Then the butter and ghee from the Goshala. What can we give the Acharya more? Because we should not buy. Money is not ours, money is his. So from the milk, they take out the cream, from the cream, the butter, and from the butter, the ghee. This they go and offer it back to the Acharya, being the fresh ghee. That's one of the best that we can give back to the Acharya. Then the badam, in the season they make the badams, and puri, pelal. How to make that also is being taught to them. Doll making, this was a recent one which we had a lady coming from Bangalore, and she taught the children to make doll right from making the hands and legs and everything. And this, when they made about 30 dolls, and later post in the group to all of you. This 30 dolls, we wanted to show it to the Acharya, so we went to the camp with all the 30 dolls. He was inside, so he didn't come out, keeping the dolls in their hand. Suddenly he came and opened the window to see the children while you're singing. He said, "Became like your mob dance." So on the spot, children were singing with both hands of one Krishna and one Radha. It was a very nice, sudden thing which none of us expected, but the video has come out very well. And like this, they have different workshops on doll making. They have the picture, Patanjali paintings. They have on craft making. Apart from all this, you may think whether it's only these things that the children are being taught. But no, we are tied up with the Centurion University where they come in and they give them courses on Python, C++, the career orientation, then communication skills, how to attend interviews. All these are being courses done directly by the Centurion University online courses, and we receive the certificates. For the internships, they go to a place nearby Tirupati known as Pampadi, where my uncle has 2 factories. One is flavors and essences, and the other is manufacturing of crushes and beverages. So baking is also there in the factory. So children go there for a month or 15 days according to the time, and they get trained over there. There's an agriculture farming also over there. So they go and have a hands-on experience in that place, and they come back from there. So these are tools and programs, because we don't keep them only within the campus. We take them out to different temples, different heritage places. And once they're trained, now they've been performing in the Nathanirajam, which is a very prestigious stage in Pirmala. Then they went to Bhadrachalam for the Ramdas Kirtana program, for his Jayanti program. They performed over there. They performed in the Vijayawada Kankadurga temple. And the latest was in Trichy, Tanjavur. The Tanjavur temple, they went and performed and came back. Where do the parents come from? Or where do the children come from? Parental background. Most of the children come from the Vaidika, which is the software company, the private companies. Then you have the catering people, catering and government officers. So most of them come from the Vaidika families. What is the status of the alumni? Where are they? What are they doing now? So you can see that most of the alumni, they have either taken up a job, they settled down in a marriage, or they become entrepreneurs or pursuing studies. This is the country. And those in the marital status, if you see, more than 70% have got married. Out of the 70%, about 60% have got married to the Vaidikas and the others into the other areas of professions. These are some of the photos of the alumni marriages who have got married and settled down. So they collect to us and give back the whole profile, and we maintain a book of whom they have got married to and where they have settled. So what are the additional projects that we are doing? Paddhati is for all community. We start weekend classes we have started across in Kakinada, Vizag, Tirupati, Hyderabad. And we are looking for more areas where we can start Paddhati classes. That is for general people, we can teach Hinduism as such. Then it is a Grugani. This is for women who are at home, like the 100 days program. We suggest that they learn the basics or get accustomed or introduced to the different programs of slokas and parichaya to the Silpa Shastras, parichaya to the environment, parichaya to the yoga, and parichaya to all the different programs of the Sri Dharmam, etc. Then we have the Sri Kamakshi Sri Vidya Samadhi Sampradaya classes, which are the weekend classes for the Brahmin girls, mostly in Chennai and Madurai, Tamil Nadu, it is all being focused. And in Hyderabad, Vijayawada and Vizag, it is being focused. There we teach what we are teaching in Sampradaya school as a whole time. We teach at least a minimum to them in the weekend classes. Then we have the online sloka classes, which I was talking about, that we are ready to offer to people like you here also. If you can get together about 10 to 15 of you, we are ready to take online classes, sloka classes for people anywhere and across, because we can use the technology. Like the Acharya says, use the modern technology, but don't change your mind. The thought process should be traditional. Then we have the Parichaya program, which is an introductory program of 10 days. It is given like each day, Jyotisha Sastra, temple structure, or like that. Each day, one topic. It's the Parichaya, introducing you to the topic. And then, whichever topic you're interested in, you can start learning them. Then, cultural training camps. When people are ready to come and stay with us for a week or 10 days, we give them the cultural training camps according to the interest of the team coming in. Before I go forward, in this cultural training camp from America, the KKSF, we are starting the Nagaresha Kanchi program. What is the Nagaresha Kanchi program? We will be charging about $1,200 per person. And from Chennai, we'll be taking them to Kanchipuram, Tirupati, Tirupati, and Mahabalipuram, and showing them different schools, experiencing them in the ground level with the students, explaining them of making pottery making and Goshala, everything. So this program is tailor-made to people from US or anywhere, all NRIs. If any one of you would like to do it, please contact Mr. Santanaji after the program, and the Nagaresha Kanchi, you can all join in for that. This is the expenditure of the 23-24 academic year. What is the expenditure? In that 1 year, for a student, for about 235 students, we had spent about 5 crores in that 1 year. Where are the expenses? What are the major expenses? Most of the expenses, more than 2/3 of the expenses, is on the infrastructure and the salaries of the teachers. Because you have double teachers, not only the academic teachers, you have the cultural teachers also. And the infrastructure is a big, because we don't have our own building. We are paying almost about 9 lakhs a month only on the infrastructure rental purpose. What are the upcoming projects? The upcoming projects are the Sampradaya Pathshala coming up with their own, trying to come up with their own building. The Saratandana Sevakram, like I said, half the project is done and still half the project is there. Then the Kamakshi Kanika Vidyalaya. This is a project which is coming up in Guntur, near the Amravati, on the main highway. Near the main highway. A donor has given us about 5 acres of land. Like we have come out with the CBSE school in Podali for boys. Perima wants to come up with a school for the girls with a regular CBSE school and 2 hostels, one for the Brahmin girls and one for the general public. So this is the one in pipeline, and he wanted me to mention it especially to all of you to keep a mind or an idea onto this project. And what is Trivatsa? Trivatsa is honoring the mother who is having 3 girl children or more. This project was started when Mr. T.N. Session had left a fund after him to be used in the madam in whatever way possible. So since he did not have children and he was more inclined towards girl children, Perima thought it was best to use it for girl education or girl funding. So then we kept the fund what T.N. Session sir had left in the corpus fund and started collecting a corpus of 21,000 from each person for sponsoring of one family. And every month, depending on the number of children, if it is 3 children, it's 1,500 rupees. If it is 4 children, it's 2,000 rupees. We are sending it to the Vedic scholar who is having these children, number of children, so that the basic needs of a girl child will be taken care of. And you're recognizing the mother for having a girl child. Otherwise, people used to feel a girl child is a burden. So to remove that notion, they started this project. And this is leading projects, wherever he is, he finds time to talk to children. We may be tired, but of the 24 hours, we are working only with children. So the school building, the Goshala, the small temple within the campus, the modern washing machines, then the classrooms, what we are over there. Last but not the least, I would really like to appeal, like what he has been saying, that please sponsor one child. Each one of us start sponsoring one child. I think no child will go without education. And we will be able to give proper care to all the children. If we are not able to sponsor one child, which is about 1 lakh per annum, maybe you can sponsor by saying $1 a day. In Paramacharya's time, he used to say Pidivittam, that is, take out one handful of rice when you're cooking, keep it aside in a vessel and give it every month to a temple or to a Veda Pathshala. Similarly, when you get your salary, every month 30 rupees, or every annually when you get your gratuity or whatever it is, you can take out $365 and give it as a donation for the education of a girl child or a boy child. Education is very important. Like we are focusing on our children, let's focus on the whole let's consider the children, let us consider like adopting each of us one child, or at least a quarter of the child, and trying to give good education to the next generation. Jai Jai Shakra, Anusha. Any questions I would like to take? If there are any questions anyone would ask or any doubts?
One question, what percentage of the girls? Great presentation, Lakshmiji. What percentage of the girls today, we have a lot of Vaidikas who are not getting married, and I saw you already mentioned that, but any percentage in terms of how much they get married to Vaidikas? Because the education is also double-edged sword, they can go other way around.
That's exactly what I wanted to show, but I was not sure how people would react. But almost 70 girls have got married into the Vaidika families. And there are few who have gone back into the villages whom they have married Archakas near Kanchipuram and other places. And these girls are in turn very happily settled with their husbands in the villages. At the same time, teaching people outside. That's why I said if anyone wants to learn sloka classes, those children are ready to teach. So they're very active also. So there's no cribbing. About 70 of them, I have the complete data of the children who got married to Archaka, Purohits and Vedic scholars. And maybe about 10-15 of them have got married to the Laukikas. So the goal of trying to get them married to the Archakas is happening. But that is the only, not the goal, not forcing them. Let them choose whom they want to get married to. The main thing is they have to be with the adults, like value-based education. They have to respect the elders, the mother-in-law or the sister-in-law or whoever it is. So they should not say me and my husband, it should say me and our family. That is the concept. So 70 of them, I can give you the data, sir, whom they are married to. Thank you.
And you know, see, I have a question. So I think it's a great vision from Periyar for that Kanika Pathshala and Guntur. So we're looking forward to more information about that. And we always know about the Kohli thing. This is something first time I'm hearing. Very interested to hear that. The second is about your 10-day camp that you talked about, where you have introduction to everything from Nada to, for us, for the kids here also, to kind of get introduced to some of those things that you are going to cover in the 10-day Pathshalas. So we'll work with you to see how we can get that for the kids here. That will be a good one to have here.
Yeah, that's good. The Kanika Vidyalaya Pathshala, the Kamakshi Kanika Vidyalaya in Guntur. Like I said, we had the land. There was a problem for the approach. We have sorted out all the legal issues, and now the land has been cleared. So the next thing is for getting down into construction. For getting down into construction, the plan is to be made. So that is in the progress. Once the plan is made, we will be doing the construction, and hopefully by next academic year, we should start the school. That is the target that we are having. And the second point, you asked me about the Parichaya program, the 10 days Parichaya program. It will be very nice if people can come down and spend time, because it's a program which goes morning 8 to evening 5. The sessions will be like giving them the lecture demonstrations and then the hands-on information and question answer sessions. So if the children are there, it will be very nice. But if the children are not able to come there or travel, if you have a good size of students over here, we can do online classes also. We can do the whole session online, where it will benefit children over here and the parents can monitor them.
That will be very useful.
Yeah, exactly.
We are ready to do it.
We have one case here, if not all 10 days together, we have this long weekend coming, right? One long weekend, one day we'll do the cooking, the other long weekend we'll do the music.
So that will not work, because that way you get a disconnect. The continuity is disturbed. Your focus is disturbed. So if you want to do that, that will be short-term courses. Like 1 week is only cooking, 1 week is only this. That is different.
Exactly.
But if you want the 10-day Parichaya program, I suggest you can do it during the summer holidays. So such things, yes, and with prior notice.
Yeah.
And secondly, our Kanchi University of late is upgrading itself a lot, and we are getting the online courses. They are getting permission for the online courses. They've started already the online Samskrita course for 1 year, which is a very minimum fee, I think about $100 or $300 for the full course of 1 year, which is a certificate course, where the lessons are taught online and you can do it at your own convenience. So you can register well for such courses, which the Kanchi University is doing it.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I don't have a question, but I just want to share that I have personally seen Sampradaya girls at Matam singing bhajans during Chandamurishwara Puja and everything. Just first of all, happy girls. You see them, they're always happy and they share everything and they sing readily all songs. They're very knowledgeable, very sweet and very nice girls. Really respectful and well behaved. And I've also seen the Sampradaya Pathashala a couple of years ago. Beautiful campus, again, features are amazing, interacting with all the students and everything. So it's really something that you should all, when you go to Tirupati, make time to go see the girls' Pathashala, and there's also a boys' Sampradaya Pathashala in Tirupati. You should all take your time to definitely visit that. Third, I'm just fresh out of camp, just landed this morning from Tirupati. So I can attest to that, what Lakshmi ji was talking about, them selling pickles and everything. I just bought some. I'm so good, amazing. And so please, go there. Please do, definitely. Don't miss out, including the pickles and it's really good.
You brought here,
Yes, I did. I will personally invite you to my house. You can come and have a share with them.
Thank you, Ramya. And if anyone is interested, we're ready to parcel them to the US to your address. We have a door delivery too. But the cost of transport will increase naturally.
Just wanted to echo what Ramya ji also said. Had the opportunity to be in Shivratri, Tiruvanankavil, and Lakshmi ji had brought a whole bus full of girls, and they went and sang the Ranganatha Swami temple every Samadhi. And I was nodding halfway through the Shivratri in the middle of the night, but the girls were very active. They sang the whole night. They sang the whole night, and they were there next morning also.
No, for them, the energy comes from the Acharya. Because the moment they sing, he acknowledges them from the puja. He sends requests of what they are supposed to sing, not a request, at least advises them what to sing next. So that way they get encouraged. They're full of energy in front of you. And yes, like Ramya, what you said, they're very disciplined when they come out, but we have our own things back in the school. But that's like, children are very, they make their own tantrums at home with the mother. We are okay with that. So, and I really feel proud with all the girls, when they sing and when they come out and all that. One word and they don't reply back or anything. That's really great, I feel, and it comes because of that. So you wanted to ask.
Lakshmi ji interact and sit down with the girls and talk to them and advice. Sometimes they will all be singing in between. Lakshmi ji will call them and talk to them. She is like their mom. So it's really good.
Acharya, you said. So here I have a question. So I myself have to stay here. I go back to India and I'm doing the work in the HR perspective. So my question is, it's only from here. I definitely believe that inculcating the cultural values, the Indian traditions with the American advancement education. So the education is required. So I believe one more thing is na bhakti na bhakti. There is no food because inclining towards the bhakti is a very difficult thing. So my question here is, because I am part of this HR program and all, I am starting my new offices at Vizag in Tirupati, coming 6 months to 1 year. So is there any way, because even I am looking to provide the employment to these qualified people, the Yuvata, because human resources are very, very critical to get and to the good people also. So is there any way of association is possible to coordinate in coming months so that I could be able to recruit the right people in the HR space?
Yes, so here I would request you to please come and see us in Tirupati, talk to the children directly. And from our alumni children also, they're also ready with their biodatas. They will come forward and they can meet you and organize that. There was a company from Singapore. They had tied up with us. They had come, they've done the Zoom interviews and they appointed our students for their various projects in the software company for the HR coordination. So yes, we do encourage it. So when you're there, we will talk about it. and you can come and I can appoint children out there. The only request is, there are children who are already working in Bangalore and Hyderabad and other places. If possible, work from home facility if it is provided. Because when they marry the Archakas, they have the commitment of making the Navedans for the temples also. So they have to take care of that and then come out. But there are few who are not married into Archakas, so they can come out like any one of us and work for the regular companies. So we have both the categories. Let's see how they fill in, and we can have an orientation program along with you, and we can filter out children who are capable to join you. The only difficulty will be there is a gap on the communication skill. How much ever we train them, that needs to be given a little training program, maybe for a month or two.
Definitely, yeah, we are also doing, it's almost a long 6 months program. Even if the people who are not affordable also, we are providing the loan facility also associated with company. But I believe that, yes, our traditions are very rich, but because I don't want to speak much thing, but the thing is, there should be a portion, because earlier our traditions were, existed because there is a larger portion of people used to give very generously. But right now, everything has become a very complicated life. So I'm working towards, because I myself quit my job here about 10 years back. Even I had hurdles, but my intention is to provide the education, right education, inculcating the cultural values. At the same time, providing the sustainability so that they can live their own. So that is the purpose. And I have some kind of that HR space. I've been working for more than 10 years. So definitely there is a scope is there. So because again, understand, you need to preserve our body, the dharma and all that stuff. But at least whoever is quality, the good people who can survive and who can provide the. So that's why I'm here to at least is any association, because definitely I have plans, I'm going next June. So mostly 8 months, 10 months, I will believe there only. Here I'm a retired parent. The retired parent says, my kids are here. So unfortunately, I locked up in India, they are locked up here. So, but at least I spent more than 8 to 10 months in India. So doing these activities. So by God's grace, I'm doing okay. So my next programs in the HR spaces in Vizag and Tirupati. So that's why when I heard about you, I really want to associate and see what I could do, providing the employment space. Yeah, please.
Please come, sir, we invite you. And maybe I've missed out or it has been slipped over here. We have the graduation courses of BBA, BCom, BCA, law, BA Sanskrit. All these courses are there. Simultaneously, we are coaching them in Group 4 exams. We are coaching them for the CACS exams. Not everyone, but whoever is interested in. So they go in for these. And at the same time, like I said, we are teaching them to become good yoga practitioners and yoga teachers and music teachers. Because this way they can earn money even from home through Skype classes or have weekend classes or something. So like you rightly put it, we are trying to give a platform for them to choose what they want to work in and to earn money in different manners. Not only in one way, but they can earn money in any manner which is possible for them, depending on the situation. There may be a time when the husband doesn't get a work or there is a downtrend somewhere. So the lady is supposed to catch up and take the reins in her hand. So this is what we are trying to teach the children.
Nice presentation, Lakshmi. You talked about sponsoring a child, right? So what does sponsoring look like? Are we sponsoring a specific child? Are we sponsoring somebody that is there a direct association with child? What does it like, even from cost wise, like in USD or rupees, what does it look like?
Thank God. The details are there in the brochure also. It is sponsoring a child, not the child. The reason why you put it this way is we want to give the same facility to all the children. The moment you say you're sponsoring a child, then when you come there to meet the children, you will be looking at talking to that child or bringing a gift for the child, trying to encourage the child. Then the other children who are not being sponsored, they feel left out. So personally, I don't believe in sponsoring a child. I believe that all children are the same. The details, I'll give the details of all the children. I'm ready to give the details of all the children. So you can see how the children are growing up and you can focus on the child who's weak. You can come and spend time with the child who's weak or who's mentally depressed or who's having, any problems or financial problems or parental problems. You can come and counsel them, spend time with them. Instead of spending time with the person who has everything, you can spend time with the person who is not having it at that time. She may be developed next time, and there may be someone else in her position. So that is the reason we say the donation is for a child and not the child. But if someone insists that they want to be putting to the child, maybe we should start mapping it, which is really not an interest to my heart. Personally, it's not a policy decision, but personally, I feel that all children are equal, wherever they come from. Then the donation part, yes. Like I put it, it's costing us more around for the actuals, if you see in my presentation also, the actuals 5 crores for about 285 students. So what is it coming to? Around 1.5 or 1.3 per annum. And we are requesting it only 1 lakh an annum or $100 a month when you look at it. That is the sponsorship that I'm looking at. And my trip purpose of this trip, I want to carry back at least 40 to 50 donations, my presentations from Dallas, including Fremont or DC and New Jersey put together. I think because I gave the same thing.
Just from Dallas, you give it.
I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy. But at least that's what I said. When I went to Singapore, they asked me, what's your target? I said, I want at least 200 sponsors from Singapore. So if I give each country about 100 to 200, I think we will be able to get the sponsors. And there are CSRs. People here also, we can get matching grants. So you can guide us where we can get the matching grants. Last year, there was a Google campaign, and we collected money in the Google campaign. It helped us, and KKSF has helped us in that angle. So when people want to transfer money to India, to avoid and to benefit for both of us, we are using the KKSF channel and have my teammates over here from KKSF who will be able to help us.
Yeah, I mean, we have KKSF, which is a 501c, and it's connected to Sri Prataksha Trust, which is in India, and we have all the clearance required from the Ministry of Finance and everything. So, and that's a channel we use to support. We can talk about it, and we have well established pipelines.
KKSF is not an individual association over here. It is part of the Kanchikama Peetam over here to facilitate the transferring of money peacefully without any problem. Because we are a very transparent organization that we want to, all our payments are done online to all the staff and everything. We don't call them as teacher staff. They're all volunteers working for us and we give them online. So whatever we pay only through bank, online payments. Whatever we receive, most of it we receive only online. If someone is giving us cash, we again give it back to the KKSF and ask them to please deposit it online. So there's an accountability of where the money is coming from, where it is being spent, and how much it is being spent, and everything is, the accounts also you can see it.
So KKSF is the only umbrella that deals with money. So all the money, it's like many to one. So if you're looking for, it is the accountability function that we run. So many to one across all the states, the money goes there. And then one to one, there is a memorandum of understanding from KKSF and Pratiksha Foundation. From there, the money goes to them. So that's how everything is traceability. So if you want to basically, how does it map? The mapping is KKSF. From there,
But if someone wants to pay directly to the Pratiksha, you can pay through your Indian currency. Or we have an FCRA account, where you can pay directly to the FCRA account. You can make any wire transfer. But please do send me a copy on my WhatsApp or my email ID or an email ID to Pratiksha Trust. The email ID is given in the pamphlets, so that we can track where the amount is coming from, or even if you're giving it through KKSF or you've done a direct transfer, we can have a detail of where it is coming from with your name and PAN card number. We can come back with a receipt to you. Because today the RBI regulations, if the transaction is not identified, we have to reverse it back. So for that reason, we need the details. If you can send us, if anyone makes a transfer, just send us your name and the email ID and the PAN card details or whatever details, so that we can send back the receipt to you. No, KKSF, they have their own procedure. That is a local procedure.
Also, KK would be worked, KKSF would be, matching grants for almost all large employers here. If your employer, go to your employer's list, and if you don't find KKSF, we can work with you to get the KKS card at your employer's list. With benefit, most of those, we are already on that. But we can work with you to have it so that if it's giving Tuesday or any of your matching grants, we can take the advantages for it.
And I have a request from the people who are not from the KKSF, but come from outside the KKSF. And people from Dallas as such, I want volunteers here. I want people who can volunteer me to spread the word of sponsorships. Take these presentations, like people in Dubai, I went there twice and then now they're doing it on their own. So we send them the presentations, they talk on our behalf, collect the money and keep sending it to us. So I want volunteers who can spread the word and keep the wheel moving. It shouldn't be a one-day event and close off. And we would like volunteers for the classes to coordinate for the classes. I want volunteers for the youngsters who want to come forward with their ideas and what they want to do. And if there is anyone from the other community, like Telugu community or someone who wants to join the KKSF, please bring in your details. We will definitely talk to the KKSF and the management in Kanchipuram and add you to the KKSF team so that you can get in your people into this team. So we are all open to it. It's all for a cause. So let's all work for a cause. Again, I'm saying, when today the message has come from Pellivat just 2 hours before. That means imagine the time in India. He had, ever since I've made the plan of coming, I requested him for the message. He said he'll give it. But having known that I have already traveled and they're having a meeting today at 3 o'clock, he made it a point to take time to send that message to us. So like he's been working, like I said, day in and day out, only on the education, the development of the next generation, how to go about the next generation, what is the best for the next generation. So let us all put in the little efforts that we can from our end. Thank you, one and all. Prayer. Anyone else want to say anything?
You can ask any questions.
The youngsters who are here today, I would request you to please register into the next generation. We have a group here in US, the KKSF Next Gen, where Mr. Arun Sitaraman is leading it. And if you can enroll yourself, we'll be very happy and we'll push you into that so that you can come out with as leaders for us. Okay,
We'll take a group picture also.
please.
We all can.
Let's do a prayer.
Who is-
Yeah,
Yeah, we have some tea, samosas and biscuits in the next room. So request everyone to have some before leaving. And I thank all of you for coming down and making this program a success. Mr. Bhaskar Garu, I'm hoping that your word will be there and I'll be getting 50 sponsors.
Let's make it happen. Yes.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु शान्तिः शान्तिः. Thank you, Lakshmi.
Thank you so much. I thank everyone again once